Welcome back to Old War Stories with Uncle Jay. Well, at this point in time, it's August 7th, I think. We had a storm 3 days ago, and it knocked power out for a lot of Long Island, but they're still working on getting that up and running. I never lost power, but I have lost internet and TV and phone, so I have no communication with the outside world. The whiff is away, so I figure what better to pass the time than to tell some more old war stories with Uncle Jay. Anyhow, that's neither here nor there at this moment because August 7th, 2020 means nothing whenever this video is going to be released. So we're going to talk about the different camps that I went to, summer camps that I went to when I was a kid. My sister also went to all three of these camps. My mother would send us to these camps. They weren't sleepaway, they were just day camps during the summer for the month of July and not for August because they were too cheap to pay for 2 months. Anyways, we'll start off with the first one, which is the subject of this video, which was called HANC. Now, you saw the title of the video and you're like, Hank with a C? Huh? Kind of like Mark with a C, as in Mark Summers, but it should be a K, but it's a C kind of thing. Well, this was actually a C for a reason, not just because I want to spell my name differently. HANC stood for Hebrew Academy of Nassau County, so that's why it's a C. Anyways, this was obviously a Jewish camp. All three of these were Jewish camps, and the time frame for this was the early 1980s, 84, 85, maybe 86, and ongoing for a couple years, maybe 2 or 3 years. I seem to remember about 3 years or so that we went to this camp. Now, the first thing is when I'm 5 years old, you know, you got to remember stuff. You're going to be seeing a lot of faces you've never seen before, a lot of kids you've never met before. It was kind of like going back to school kind of thing, and who are all these people I don't know, and things like that. So it's sort of the, you get this sort of, I don't know how to explain it, the back to school feeling. You ever get that? Where, oh, we're going to be going back to school. Damn, the summer was so much fun. But you kind of got that even though it is summer and it's supposed to be camp and it's supposed to be fun and it's supposed to be this and that. No. When you're 5 and you're really little and scared, my mother told me that, you know, you have to remember your name and your address and telephone number and stuff like that. And it's a good thing that I learned all that because I was indeed quizzed on that, which was kind of interesting. I had the coolest backpack, not backpack, but duffel bag kind of thing. I can't really explain it. Remember Eastern Airlines way back in the day? Yeah, I had this bag, had 2 handles on top, and it was like a cylinder about, I don't know, it doesn't fit in the frame, about this tall kind of thing. And it said Eastern, and I think there was a little airplane logo, whatever their logo was, and that. I thought that was awesome. That bag is long gone. It fell apart over the years and that. But anyways, we had to bring stuff with us. We had to bring a towel because of the pool. We had to bring a bathing suit. We had to bring flip-flops, which we called thongs back in the day. Let's see, maybe suntan lotion, sunscreen kind of thing. Lunch, perhaps. I can't honestly remember as far as that's concerned. Various things like that. Well, anyway, here we are, first day, and I'm scared shitless, and indeed it would turn to that. Some lady, nice lady, she was wearing a white shirt and red shorts. I don't know why I remember this. And she went to each kid. We were standing up against a wall, just kind of waiting online type thing. And she went to each kid and say, okay, who are you? What's your name? You know, okay, can you tell me your address and your phone number? So, you know, and she'd ask your age and all that just to verify the information. So she went around, and I was pretty much really scared, and I said, she came and asked me those questions and that, and at the end I said, I have to go to the bathroom. Okay, come with me. And she took me up, I don't know, 6 or 8 steps or something, and set me in the bathroom, and I did an XJO81X. But I was 5 years old, so you gotta give me a break, okay? These things happen. Now, this was an interesting shit, because this was not your typical, okay, these are destroyed. This was clear. This was like clear. Sometimes you get the yellow squirts, you know, like the mustards and that. No, this was clear. And it smelled like shit. And it went everywhere. And this poor lady actually had to come in and help me clean up. So I think that was the first day. Didn't go so well. But after that, it was all right. And I have, I'll let you know that in various times of this and the other 2 camps, I wrote really, really small on this little Post-it note. Okay, so I wrote so small that I'm probably not going to be able to read it, so I brought my glasses in case I need to. That's how bad this is, that I'm farsighted and I can't read anything close up. Why I wrote something so small? I thought I could fit everything on one sheet, but I just kept thinking of more stuff, so these are going to be long ones. Okay, the pool there, they had a pool there. They may have had 2, and I can't remember. They may have had one that was for quote-unquote instructional swim, and they had another one that was for free swim. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was that young, in the mornings, and again, we're talking about early to mid-1980s, it was real hot during the day, but in the morning it was still kind of cool. And when you are supposed to go into a pool that is not heated and is ice cold, it's quite a shock at 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. Okay? So they force us to go in for this instructional swim. And I never learned a damn, because I was too concentrated or fixated on the fact that I'm fucking freezing and I can't pay attention to what the hell is going on. So, here's the backstroke, here's the breaststroke, here's the this, here's the that, da-da-da-da-da-da. I didn't learn a fuck. All I knew is I couldn't swim. I didn't sink, I didn't drown, but I couldn't really swim. I would kind of struggle to get around and stuff like that. And really, I think what the fact of the matter was that I was young and I was little, and I just didn't have the strength, the body strength to do it. So I would get there, it would just take me a long time. I get into my pool now, I could move anywhere the fuck I want. I need to go somewhere, I just push the water out of the way and off I go. It's very simple. I can do it now, I just couldn't then. I don't know. But so the pool, and they always said if you don't go to the instructional swim, then you can't go in for the free swim in the afternoon. Okay, now of course that was fun also, because that means that get in the morning 8 a.m. in the pool, go to this instructional swim, get freezing, then right after that do some other shit, whether it be baseball or something else, or it doesn't make a difference what it was. Then in the afternoon, you get to change back into a wet bathing suit. The pool might have warmed up a degree or 2 by then, I don't know, but it was always freezing, it was always miserable, and I never, ever, ever liked it. But here we were, for the instructional swim. Some kid, these are all Jewish boys, they separated the boys and the girls, so they had a boys swim and a girls swim, because this was not an Orthodox camp per se, but it also was not a conservative camp. It was sort of a conservadox. So that means you're toward the upper end without being at the top end of uber Jewish or Jewish. So anyways, it was kind of up in that range. And this kid in a beige bathing suit had to pee. Now, contrary to popular belief, there's no magic chemical they put in the pool that makes it turn purple around who pees in the pool and that. It doesn't exist. Okay? It doesn't exist. I also learned in life that there are two types of people in the world. Those who talk about peeing in the pool and those who don't talk about peeing in the pool. However, both of these people pee in the pool. That's right. Everybody pees in the pool. Because nobody wants to get out. Everybody's going to figure nobody else isn't going to see anything, and nobody does. And that's that. Well, this kid said, I need to pee. I don't want to pee in my bathing suit. So he stood up, and the water was shallow, I guess purposely for this instructional thing. So you could stand, and when you're a little kid, I mean, we're talking like a foot or two, you know. It really wasn't that deep. But he actually stood up and whipped his dick out and took a piss in the pool. He's in the pool, and he whips his dick out of his bathing suit and starts taking a piss in the pool. There was a lot of that going on, I'll tell you. Oh my. Just these little things scarred. All of these little details have scarred me for life. And there's one more thing on that. Yes. They had a computer room. They might have had a couple of Apple II machines in there. They might have had a Commodore 64 or 2 in there. They had a couple of Commodore PETs. I remember that. They definitely had a few Commodore PETs. And they also had a TI 94/A, or a few of them actually. And all of the screens for these were all mismatched, broken down TVs or monitors, not branded for the machine, except for the Commodore PET, which had the monitor built into the machine, of course. There was a game on there called, I always thought it was called Alpine, but it was actually called Alpiner, is the name of the game. And I really, really liked this game. And we didn't get to go to the computers often. This was once every week, maybe once a week. We'll call it that, once a week. That we would get to go to the computers, and Alpiner was this game. You're climbing up a rock wall, and you have to watch out for various things like rocks falling, and a gorilla or monster or something, whatever the hell it is, comes in from the side and tries to get you, and there's places you could slip and fall, and you got to watch where you're moving the guy and all kinds of stuff like that. The game itself wasn't anything spectacular per se, although it was a little exciting because you really just don't know what comes next. Very simple in execution and the way the graphics in it worked, but I was enamored with the fact that in 1985 this computer spoke to me. Now, at the time of this recording, that was 35 years ago. This was serious shit. And for a TI 99.4A, I said 94A, 99.4A, back in the day, to speak, I never knew that these things could speak. This computer was advertised on TV by Bill Cosby as a low-cost home computer. And this thing could talk. I had an IBM PC Junior, which was essentially the home equivalent of the true big blue, IBM PC that everybody had in a business, and allegedly you'd have your 5¼ inch floppy disks, and you could take your work home with you and pop it in your PC Junior and open up your spreadsheet or your word processing document and continue on. Gotta get this finished. The due date is tomorrow. Staying up all night kind of thing if you're in one of those kind of jobs and stuff like that. But then there were the home computers, which again were the Apple IIs and the Commodores and the TIs and stuff like that, that weren't like a full-grown, full true blue computer as such. The Apple IIs were, to an extent, maybe used in some businesses. They were quite popular in schools and that, but in businesses I don't really know. Although they did keep the attendance records, I seem to remember, in my elementary school on an Apple II. The principal had one, and I think he would have that, or the secretary had one and would enter the attendance on a diskette and then give that to him and he'd go over it and shit. But Alpiner would fucking talk to you. It would say, I always thought it said, look out below, but I think it just says, look out. I'm going to try to put a clip in here of Alpiner, which is something I really don't do in the old war stories. I tried to follow the same format of when I started telling them, which means no add-ins, but you kind of have to see this game. Now, I don't know how much of it I can show you because Susan, so we'll find out. The other aspect, of course, is, like I said, it's water under the bridge at this point, but as of right now, I can't even edit this video. I have no internet connection, so I cannot get the clip of Alpiner, but like I said, that's going to be water under the bridge. So check out this clip of Alpiner first, and then we'll wrap this up.
Press any key to go on. Beware, falling objects.
So that was it. That was HANC. It was really nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing terribly, terribly weird happened there compared to the other stories I'm going to be telling you. It was... If I weren't that young, it would have been a much better experience. I'll put it that way. I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. But that was that, and that's it. So, thank you for watching this installment of Old War Stories with Uncle Jay. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.